Hello, gorgeous. I am back today, and today we're talking about why some women have control in their relationships while others don't. And I've got 5 points that I'm going to be sharing with you. Number one is obviously it comes down to your beliefs and what you decide. And so these women have decided that they get to have control and power and activation in their relationship. So it comes down to their core beliefs. Decision is one of the most important things. You guys know I talk about this all the time and teach it in my courses, that if you haven't decided, you haven't activated that subconscious part of you, that those core beliefs that really align with what you're trying to do. You know, we all know those people that say they're going to lose weight, or they're going to attract this guy, or they're going to make money, and they say it and they say it and they say it, and you know it and they know it, that's never going to happen. And then one day something shifts. Something shifts inside of them. And this time when they say it, they believe it, they decide that it's going to happen. It's going to happen no matter what. And you feel it and they feel it and you know it, right? That's what decision feels like and looks like in everyday practice. So it's a decision that you get to have this, but the decision is not just made from the conscious mind, it's activated in the subconscious mind, which you know is 95%. So it needs to be on board. Okay. Number two is that they understand masculine and feminine polarities, and that the feminine is actually the oracle. Okay. Each of us have both masculine and feminine polarities inside of us, but we are more dominant in our sexual essence in one or the other, right? Regardless of your gender, you either identify as the feminine essence being in the sexual relationship or the masculine essence being. And the way that women are evolved, and when we're born, we have our favorite sexual essence, like our dominant sexual essence, but then we are highly adaptable as well. And so because of the state of the last few generations and the highly masculinized culture that we live in, we have highly adapted into masculine energy, even though our dominant primary essence is the feminine for a lot of us, right? Especially if you resonate with my channel and my work, I'm going to assume that you are in the sexual essence, you're more in the feminine. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't resonate so much with my relationship content, at least, right? So they understand that there is masculine and feminine polarities, and the feminine is actually the oracle. In the movie, what was it called? My Big Fat Greek Wedding. You remember the mother says the man is the head of the household, but the woman is the neck, and she can turn that head anywhere she wants. That's what I mean when I talk about the woman is the oracle. All right. So number three reason why some women have control in their relationships and others don't is that they are not trying to control him or her if you are in a same sex relationship. So you're not trying to control your partner, and therefore you have control in your life and in your relationship. A lot of women that do not believe that they should have control, their subconscious doesn't agree with it, they don't understand feminine masculine polarities, they try to control him to have at least a little bit of control somewhere, and it's not gonna work, right? Because people don't like to be controlled. We don't like to be told what we can't do. So when you're trying to control him, you're actually going to lose control in the relationship. Okay. So when you give up trying to control him, you actually activate your personal power. Number four reason why some women have control in their relationships and others don't is that they remain as much as possible in the one-up position. I've talked about before the one-up position and the one-down position, the way that women are currently dating and the way that they're leading their lives and the way that they're giving up these imaginary titles, assigning these titles of boyfriend, girlfriend, my man. I can't tell you how many times I receive emails and messages from women talking about their man, and of course my assumption immediately is that it's their husband, and oftentimes it's not even their boyfriend. Okay, like this guy has not claimed them in any sort of way. The man needs to be able to claim you to have ownership of the relationship. This is psychologically, emotionally, financially, spiritually so important. I cannot stress this enough. This isn't something we can spiritually like evolve ourselves out of. It is so deeply ingrained in us. You know, if you take a man kicking and screaming to the altar, imagine the rest of your marriage. Like imagine the rest of like it's gonna come out somewhere. That's why you need to let him have that control. He's leading the relationship status. So don't be assigning these weird titles to, like, stop calling people your man. That is so interesting that in my culture, your man, how it would translate in my culture, means husband. Okay, you do not use that term for anyone other than your husband. So don't do that. Don't assign, don't be giving away your power and putting yourself in the one down position by claiming someone's your man. Now you're the masculine. Okay, you're the one leading the relationship status. All right? So remember that as women, especially if we choose to have children, there's going to be periods where we're very vulnerable, and because of that we're already in the one down position. Okay, pregnancy is it's a very vulnerable time for a woman, right? And some women I've met know how to even turn that into like a one up position, but it's really a genius way that you can do it. So they know how to turn that into a one up position. If you don't understand these works and concepts and haven't done your inner work in this way, you're already going to be very vulnerable when you're pregnant. So in other areas of your life, do not put yourself in the one down position. Okay, some quick ways that women do this is by becoming a man's girlfriend, hoping that he's going to propose, when what they really want is marriage. That's an imaginary title. We've talked about that many times. That's why it's not recognized in any spiritual books, in any religion. It's not recognized on any legal forms because it doesn't exist. Maybe Facebook invented it. I don't know. Facebook has so many different statuses now, but you know, it's a social media construct. It's not something that is a real thing that you can like do anything with. So, you know, assigning those kind of titles is a one down position for a woman. Chasing a man and hoping that he's going to propose, definitely a one down position. Moving in with a man before marriage, one down position. Having babies with a man without marriage, without having assets to your name that he's provided, it shows you all of those things are supposed to show that a man is ready emotionally, psychologically, financially, and spiritually to be a husband and father. So when you bypass those things, it's not about the money, it's about ending up with someone that's just not a grown person, and they're not ready to be able to handle what it takes to be a husband and father. I mean, to be a husband and father is a very high status. Um, it's a very hard job. Okay, it's something that they have to work to evolve into. So any male child that's born, you know, that's not a man. They have to earn the status of man. It's different for men and women. Okay, they have to earn it. If you look at all of the evolutionary studies, you study anthropology, you will see the hard things boys had to do, teenagers had to do to earn the status of a man. So when you bypass all of that, you are overlooking a lot of red flags, and then you have to, you know, deal with all of those situations, and it's not fair to you or your children. The reason that I advise women not to have children before marriage, I know I've gotten some, you know, backlash because of that. I stand by my word. It's because I want every single woman to have a good life. When you have children without the other person invested in you and your children and the union, you are setting yourself up for a really hard life. I used to be a single mother. I was married, had my son, and that marriage ended. And it is not easy to be a single mother. Okay, having to do everything by yourself, financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, it is so draining. It is very, very hard. I would not wish this on any woman. And yes, some women are able to do it, and I rocked it as much as I could, but I mean, it was hard work, and I certainly didn't have the lifestyle that I have now. When I look at pictures of me back then and I look pictures of myself now, or how I am now, even though I was in my 20s then, I look way younger, way more rested, and just happier and vibrant. Like you can see it in my physical transformation as well. So Why on earth am I going to sit here and tell you, yes, just go ahead and have children with any man who hasn't claimed you, when what I wish for every woman is to have a luxurious, beautiful, awesome life experience. So you deserve a partner by your side, helping you raise your children, helping you through the pregnancy, helping pay the bills, like helping, massaging your feet at night when your back hurts and your feet hurt from being pregnant, and helping with all the ups and downs of raising children. Like, you deserve that. It is not easy to do it by yourself, and you shouldn't have to. Okay, you shouldn't have to do anything that involves like carrying another person's DNA and having their child by yourself, right? They can't have children without you. So you deserve the utmost rest, freedom, financial stability, love, affection, all of that stuff. And so don't put yourself in that situation where you're in the one down position because you didn't. And I understand that a lot of this isn't to shame anyone. Like some people say, they take it as shame. If you feel shame about what I'm saying, then that's in you. The shame is resonating, coming up from you, right? It's inside of you. If you've already done that, that's awesome. Make the most of it. I'm a believer in bloom where you are planted, for sure. But this message is for those women that haven't had children, without marriage and all of that stuff. We need to reach those people. I just found out yesterday that my housekeeper's 15-year-old daughter is watching my content. So I have a lot of young viewers. I have women in, girls in their teenage years following me, women in their 20s, 30s, all the way to 70s and 80s. And so this is for the young girls. Okay, having children, and it may seem like it's all cute and gender reveal, and having a baby shower and all that stuff is cute and fun. It's a lot of work to have children and have to raise them by yourself. And I've done it for 4 years before I met and married my husband, and I would not wish that on anyone because it's not easy. Okay, and I had family support. I had my mother, my father, my brother, and my sister, and friends, like everyone helping me. But still, not having a partner there with you helping with those things is a big void in a woman's life and in a child's life. And I think that if you are able to avoid that situation, don't put yourself in the one down position in that way. Okay, so let's talk about number 5 reason why some women have control in relationships and others don't is because they choose their battles wisely. Oh my God, I could do a whole full day training on just this alone. I have seen women argue with their partners in public. I mean, this is sometimes this happens in my family and friend circles over the dumbest things. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, my son and I often talk about this when we go out to family affairs or friends things, where the husband is saying something or telling a story, and for one little thing, maybe he got one little detail wrong, the wife will jump in and say, no, that's not right, this is what happened. And it's like, you know what? Maybe you're factually correct. Maybe you remember your facts so much better than he does. But is it worth the long-term health and happiness of your relationship to bring that up in public and make him embarrassed? Like, you should see the partner's face, like all of a sudden, like he's embarrassed, right? Like, you can tell that he's like kind of a little bit shocked at that kind of no, like usually that's how I've seen it, and it's just very cringe. Don't do it. It doesn't matter if he's got the wrong vacation spot or he got that one detail wrong. It doesn't matter. Here's the secret, ladies. We think that it's the big things that end relationships. We all seem to believe that it's cheating or alcoholism or drugs or something big that he does and he hides from you that ruins relationships. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Okay, I have been relationship coaching for many, many years, and let me tell you, it is always the tiniest, smallest details overlooked repeatedly over time that actually turn into mountains. Those are the reasons that relationships become stagnant, they become toxic, they become distant. That's why relationships become complicated. It's because all of these tiny little things that we do on repeat to turn down our partner, to emasculate them, to disrespect them, all of those tiny things. So choose your battles wisely. I'm all about rocking the boat when you need to. I've shared that with you before. There are moments in every couple's life, in every woman's life, where you must rock the boat. But these kind of things are not it, okay? Being factually correct, like, what my 17-year-old said to me just recently when we were out with some people, and they were doing this exact same thing repeatedly. It happened about 4 or 5 times in the same conversation, where she felt the need to abruptly interrupt her husband and correct him for the dumbest little things because he got the wrong ice cream flavor or whatever. And when we got home, my 17-year-old said, "Mom, I realized that some people would rather be right than be happy." And I said, "Let me high five you for figuring that out at 17. I wish I knew that at that age, because yes, it doesn't matter. Like, let them say the thing, okay? If you want to have love, juiciness, romance in your relationship, and control, you have to let go of all of this dumb stuff. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you're new here. Give this a thumbs up, because more women definitely need to see this type of content and learn to activate their personal power and have control in their lives, like women are meant to have and deserve to have and are worthy of having. Also, if you haven't already, download my free container playbook. It is absolutely free, and it teaches you more about my 4 levels of ascension, which are basic babe, self-aware Barbie, $1,000,000 babe, and high-end divinity. All right. Also, kind of some personal updates since I have you. I was trying to do this video live, but we have some workers in the house doing some projects and things like that, and I thought I might be interrupted, so I unfortunately couldn't do it live. So you guys know we moved over the summer, and we were, settling the kids in and getting everything all settled in. And so a few days ago, my kids, 2 days ago, started school. My younger two were homeschooled during the pandemic, and so this is the first time they went back to school in 2 years. So it's been, everyone settling in, new schedule, all of that stuff. So hopefully I will start live streaming soon. I miss you guys, and I definitely miss interacting with you. But of course, I didn't want to take that time away from my family and from myself enjoying my new home and all that stuff. So I took a little break. Excited to be back soon. Also, many of you guys have been asking about private coaching. Currently, I do not have private, like, one-on-one coaching, but I am enrolling for my 4 levels ahead group coaching program. So with this group coaching program, you get 2 group coaching sessions a month for 3 months. It's a 3-month container, and you get a private Facebook group access. Not a Facebook group, I'm sorry. It's a private Facebook chat where you can talk to me and all of the other members in this group. And you also get 3 recorded trainings from a previous group that I had run. And so that's starting late August. And if you are interested in group coaching, this is a great way. It's a low-cost offer. And so it's a really great way for you to have that kind of mastermind support with the other women, as well as getting that group coaching with me. So it's called 4 Levels Ahead Ascension, and I will go ahead and link it in the description box for you. All right, babes, I love you. Hopefully I'll see you live soon. And until then, bye.